Hello everyone, it's Mark and welcome back. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about what I call the network of the Baker Act. Well, what do I mean by the network? Well, so we get calls from people whose loved ones are detained in hospitals, and they're worried that their loved one is going to get transferred to another facility. And normally what happens is it's the hospital that's detained them, but they don't have their own Baker Act unit. They don't have what we call a behavioral health unit, somewhere that they can treat and assess and stabilize people who are being held under the Baker Act. So what do? They transfer them. So the issue is that, do we know where they're going to be transferred? Sometimes we do, and sometimes we don't. Now, there are times we know, and we know for sure. Why? Well, because there's what we call the network of Baker Act facilities. And that is the facilities have contracts, agreements with certain hospitals. So if you get taken, and I'm not going to name names, but if you get taken to a certain facility here in Palm Beach County, I know for a fact that you're going to be, you're not only going to be detained once you've been Baker Acted, but you're going to be transferred. And I know where you're going to be transferred to. How do I know that? Well, because after handling hundreds of these cases, one of the things that we figured out is that certain hospitals have agreements with certain Baker Act facilities, and certain Baker Act facilities have agreements, contracts, written agreements, binding written agreements with hospitals. So we know once you get Baker Act to that hospital, you are definitely going to go to that other facility because that's the agreement they have, okay? That's the thing that, causes you to go from one county to the next, okay? And look, I mean, we know this because we've handled hundreds of the cases. I mean, this is why you called us, right? You want an experienced lawyer handle these things. And so, we can pretty much predict what's going to happen. Not in every case, but in a lot of the cases. So there is a network going on behind the scenes between the Baker Act facilities and the hospitals. And if it's a hospital that we've gone after before, and sometimes we'll have to file against the hospital and then the other facility, even if it's in different counties, we can do that. Then yeah, I mean, that's what we're going to do for you. But I mean, that's one of the advantages of handling of hiring us, because we know how this thing works, okay? So in any event, I appreciate you tuning in. That's the network of Baker Act facilities. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.